Alrighty, so I have some pretty big news. I'll be glazing a little bit while I do this, but I just got confirmation from the Harrisonburg Town Hall that I can use the Farmers Market Pavilion right outside of Harrisonburg. It's next to the ballparks if you didn't know, but I can use that to do my classes. Now this is pretty big. I mean, so if I'm able to do my classes there, that means I can charge a fixed rate. I don't have to travel to anyone to do gas mileage. That stuff was annoying. I didn't like it, but that was how I had to do tutoring. I don't have to do that anymore. I've already thought this up a little bit, but I can do 1 to 2 hour classes ranging at about let's say $30 for 1 hour or $40 for 2 hours. Super simple, not going to double the price if I've already got everything there. But this will cover me having to prepare a lot of clay, me having to transport 2 pottery wheels, each one weighing a minimum of 75 pounds. One's 75, one's over 100, so. But yeah, so this would be a 2-person class for up to 2 hours, and then on top of that, I could do multiple classes a day. The idea that's floating around my head currently is, I said I was going to glaze. Okay, so the idea is, depending on how early I can start the classes, I can do up to 3 classes. There's going to be 2 people per class, and if I can do, and this way I can kind of focus on like helping each person, and I don't have to worry about splitting my attention. But using the Farmers Market Pavilion, we'll have access to restrooms. I'll have to call ahead so that they can come unlock them, and I have electricity. And I've already spent time there as like for a festival for the Spirit Rains event, and even in extreme heats, you don't feel it up under there. So I was surprised by that. But they said that I could use it. They went ahead and had me pay a vendor fee for it, which is a lot less than I thought it was going to be. But like I said, 2-person classes, 2 different pottery wheels. My current plan is to do quick demonstrations, kind of explain the process, explain what different things are, and then have the 2 people hop onto the wheels. I will assist them, showing them how much pressure they need to add and just different things to make different forms and shapes. Currently, the main goal will be to teach them how to make things on the wheel, and as far as like trimming the bottoms and such, because I always have a foot on my pieces, trim that ring and such, I will probably do that for them, because it will have to dry for a couple days or so just to get to that point. Simple enough, and if they're amenable to that, great. But when it comes down to glazing, I can bring the pieces up there either for them to glaze, or they can contact me to glaze themselves. I don't know exactly how that one's going to work, but I'm open to suggestions on that. But this is big. I mean, just being able to do classes has kind of been my whole goal since I graduated from NSU. And this thing's off kilter. It would be amazing to be able to do classes. No joke. But we'll have to do some sort of sign-up form. I think I know a couple of websites that do good sign-ups. I'm going to look into those a little bit later today. And I've already posted on Facebook, kind of getting the feelers out there that this was going to be possibly a thing, and it is now. So this can be either a weekend thing or a weekday thing. The only days that I would not be able to do this is going to be probably Fridays, because they got their actual farmers market. If nobody's meeting up for the farmers market, maybe, but I don't want pottery wheels and everything to be in the way of people actually trying to sell stuff. It wouldn't be much space, but it it just doesn't put a good taste in my mouth to do that. That being said, if anyone wants to either post in the comments or let me know, you can contact me via text message or via email. Make sure that you say your name, what days would work for you. That'll help a lot with scheduling. But I will have to call. I'll have to call the town hall before the classes start, so that they can come up there and unlock the restrooms. The restroom issue has been one of my bigger concerns with just using my little home studio, because there's no restroom in here. I have to go back to the house every time, and nobody. That's weird. Having people maybe come here to do classes, and then they'd have to go all the way over to the house, and no. But this is big. This is really big. It would be any days that I don't have other festivals and such. So some Saturdays it would not work. Some very rarely on Sundays and other, special events. But most days of the week and Saturdays and weekdays would work. That's fantastic. Now, if you would like to both, okay, I might be able to do a 1 hour just for glazing, since that is, but I would probably drop that down to $20, because you've already paid for the full class. You don't need to pay for an exceptional amount of other stuff, but glaze costs money, so making sure that I bring that and your piece has gotten to this point and yada yada yada. But the process of pottery, really fast. I know it's already been 8 minutes, but the process of pottery is you make it on the wheel. From there, it has to dry. As it dries, it will get to the point where I can trim the bottom, or somebody can trim the bottom. This could take 1 day, it could take up to 3 days, or over a week. It all depends on what you've made, and a few other minor details, but once it is trimmed, it has to sit and dry. If it's a large item, most beginners will not make a large item, but go ahead and toss that out there. If it's a large item, it could take over a week to dry. From there, once I have enough pottery, I can load my kiln. Since this will be a class thing, it is not considered part of kiln share, and therefore it's free for me to fire it. Go ahead and toss that in there. It's not going to cost anything extra for me to fire it in my kiln. I am still offering kiln share. If anybody makes pottery at home and is willing to tell me what they've used clay-wise and glaze-wise, I'm still offering kiln share. The prices are on my website. I'm not going to remember that right now. But once it goes into the kiln the first time, it takes maybe 2 days to cool down all the way, and then it gets unloaded. From there, it can be glazed any point after that. It doesn't have to be right away, but the longer that it has to kind of just sit around in my studio or something, the more likely it is to have problems. As things get moved around and everything else, it could get mixed up with stuff. If it's something I don't normally make, it's not going to get mixed up. That's obvious. But I don't want things to get broken or anything else. So if somebody wants to glaze their stuff after they've taken the class, let me know. We'll do a short 1 hour class. Like I said, maybe $20 for the glazing. And then from there, they'll have their item. I'll have to fire it in my kiln. Again, no extra charge for firing in my kiln. And then from there, they just let me know or come to one of the next classes, whichever works best, and I can meet them with their pottery. This is going to be, I keep saying it, but this is big. One of my biggest goals has been to get it where I can do classes. I'd like to do classes of up to 6 people. Right now, 2 people per class is the deal for 1 hour to 2 hours. Like I said, that would be $30 for 1 hour, $40 for 2 hours. There's no point in me doubling the price because my pottery wheel will already be there. Let me know ahead of time if you want 1 hour class or 2 hour class. It'll help with scheduling so much. Again, message me via text, email, or in the comment sections, either on Facebook, Instagram, or on even YouTube. I'll probably post this to YouTube as well. But let me know what days work for you, what times during those days. Again, I'm probably not going to be able to do Fridays, and Saturday could be a big one. I could be doing up to 3 classes, 2-hour classes on Saturdays. Let me know.